I can get this out of here. Oh, maybe I need to pierce this. I am finishing up this tree by putting on the little pin lights. And I figured I'd go live while I do it. But at the moment, I'm trying to figure out the Gorilla Glue. And it is not being cooperative. There we go. Happy November, everybody. Don't forget to turn your clocks ahead tonight, unless you trust in your cell phone to do it for you. So this Gorilla Glue is really not cooperating. I'm trying to glue these pin lights onto this Christmas tree. There we go. And I really don't need a lot of glue, but it is just not cooperating. So I think I'm gonna leave the top off. I'm just gonna dip the pen light right in the glue. That way it'll stay secure, safe, and it will dry clear. So the trick is remembering which ones I already do as I go around here. Some of them are pretty tight because of the way the holes are drilled. You could just use regular Elmer's glue, but I find that the lights fall off easier, especially if you're transporting them, which I'm going to do with this one. So here I can see that some of those I did. And if I have too much glue on any of them, it's okay because it's gonna dry clear. Except this Gorilla Glue, I got the gel kind. I'm not sure I like it because it's really not, oh boy, now I have a light stuck right in the glue. It's really not flowing out of the container like it usually does. So I guess I'm just kind of risking it here. And I have one completely stuck. There we go. But I do like that it dries completely clear and it stays. And it's the Gorilla Glue that's gel. It's not really super, is it super glue? Well, it says super glue gel. But that way the lights will stay. This is about a 10-inch tree. It's poured ceramic and I dry brushed it. And then I have a little LED light set that I'll put in the bottom. I think it's supposed to dry within 60 seconds. Not sure if it will. I don't know if anybody's here. Nobody's chatty. I see people here. So feel free to subscribe. I do lots of things on this channel. Lots of creative, lots of ceramics, pottery, budgeting. Okay, this one didn't get any, and then I can start. So the trick is not duplicating colors near each other like that. Oopsie. And now I started kind of sorting them as I did it, and now I'm just gonna go for it and glue as I go around. And hopefully There's a lot of glue on this one, so I'm kind of sharing the love here. Wah! It's gonna get stuck to me. Hopefully I have enough lights. Otherwise, that would not be good. But it's always fixable. Just not today. I'd have to get more. Everybody's so quiet. Nobody's chatting. What color do I want? Maybe I'll do a purple. And yellow maybe. I try not to get lights too close the same. But sometimes it's kind of impossible considering how many little teeny holes this tree has. And then I have a little LED light strip that I'm gonna use. Just got a lot of glue. So I'm gonna share the love. Share the glue. How many of you guys have vintage trees? Hey, everybody. What is this? Listen that, dude. We are not talking politics of any sort. This is a vintage ceramic Christmas tree. All right, let's keep the chat chill. Maybe I'll go for green. Welcome in. If you're new to my channel, I love art, being creative, making things. So currently my interests on this channel are ceramics and painting and budgeting. But really, anything creative is welcome here. Or if you just want to hang out, that's okay too. Let's see. I gotta move this clear farther away from the other one. Sometimes it's just a guessing game. I think I need a red. Oh, I kind of have a red there. I try to like not go in the same path, but sometimes it's kind of impossible. So happy November, everybody. Let's go here. And maybe a pink or pink. And then maybe I'll do it, actually, maybe a teal. Do any of you have vintage trees? I'm sure your grandmother had one. Somebody's grandma had a vintage tree. Let's see. So you really can use like Elmer's glue. I prefer Gorilla Glue because it really makes them stick. And they do not move. If you are moving it, I would say glue it once you get there. Only because they might loosen if it's just Elmer's glue, but it still works. And if you want to change the lights, Elmer's glue is the way to go. Because this glue is not going to let anybody change these lights. It is going to stay for a while. I'm using Gorilla Glue. It's the clear gel. And now, as I get down here, I'm going to find out if I have enough pin lights. Everybody's quiet. Should have put some music on, actually. That would have been a good idea. Next time, I will put music on before I start. Then you don't have to listen to me either. Let's see what colors. Let's do a red over here. So it's a little offset. A teal over here, I think. Green. I'll do a green. As you get more coverage, it's harder to kind of figure out which one you can't see from the other ones because you kind of can see them all as you go around. So I might do a green here. Wow, that's almost completely underneath the other one. So I'll do here. Let's see. Maybe some yellow. It gets trickier the closer you get to being done, because the tree gets bigger and you can really see the top. All right, let's see. So it looks like I'm gonna have enough light, so that's a plus. I think I need a pink. I am not organized enough to plan out all the colors. I kind of did the top half of the tree. I looked at the colors, and I had them set up. Oops, see, like there's an orange right there, so I want to offset it just a little bit. But again, as you get toward the bottom of the tree, there's more lights, so it gets harder to keep colors away from each other. And I guess no one's really gonna look at it that closely. Well, maybe they will, I don't know. We'll see what happens once I turn the light on, too. And I got a little LED, oops. This is the other thing. Sometimes the holes aren't poked all the way through it. I see one right here that is not. Oh, I got it without breaking the light. Wonderful. Oh, let's see which colors. Let's do a purple. And we'll put a pink here. Almost done. This will be a quick live because I'm not painting. All right, let's do, we could do a green. I'm curious how many of you have vintage trees like this. I know they come in so many sizes. This is a very small one. It's about 10 inches. Making it for a friend to have at work. So if I offset this purple, I don't even know, I'll go there. I guess I'm not a perfectionist, otherwise I would have planned out all of the colors, and I definitely did not do that. But it's a vintage Christmas tree. It's okay. So I'm gonna do red here. The bottom gets harder for me to coordinate because of the spacing. And the bottom is big and you can see all the top. Okay, let's see, maybe a white. Ooh, I only have one white left. Uh-oh, let's see if I need it over here at all. No, I think I'm okay. I think I'm safe for white there. And what color? I already pink in that row. Oh man, decisions. Teal, pink, yellow. I guess I'll go with a yellow. I guess I should have put on some Christmas music. So I could do a pink here. I know it's only November 1st, but it is time for the crafts to become Christmas. So this tree I dry brushed very fast. It's a poured, a little about 10-inch tree, poured ceramic. I dry brushed it so it started off black. I don't even know if I put pictures of on my page here when I started it. Doesn't take me very long. I did end up dry brushing. Ooh, is this one going to be a tough one? Nope, it went in. I did end up dry brushing a little bit of green metallic on top. I don't know if you can really see that in the light. Yeah, I guess you can. And then it's almost done. I need one more color, and I think it's going to be a teal. Should it be a teal? Yellow, blue, red, green. Yeah, I think teal works. Whoa. So I'm using Gorilla Glue gel. You can use Elmer's craft glue. It's totally fine. But the lights sometimes can loosen a little bit, and I just don't want them to. I don't want to have to go find my glue again. And then I have this little LED light, so you can, I used to buy lights to go underneath it. So there is a small hole for an LED light, but these, I'm gonna have little pin lights falling all over now. It's very cute. So there's a few settings. So you literally just stick it right in the tree. Some of these are still wet. I don't want to mess up my lights. So obviously, ideally, you would put all of this underneath, but just to show you, that little LED light really does an awesome job showing the tree. I think it's perfect. And then you can change it to blinking. That's a little much for me, but you know, if you were having, you know, holiday spirit, that's a little more like a Christmas light, kind of quick, but I like the solid. And they're white lights. And then obviously once this is dry, I would put all of this underneath. How many of you have vintage trees? Or do you like them? And then my ghosty here, he's just hanging out because yesterday was Halloween. So he's gonna hang out a little bit more. Have a good night, everybody. Please follow.